Endive is defined by bitterness. This bitterness is not a flaw. It is the entire point. Endive exists because humans decided bitterness was worth cultivating. Botanically, endive belongs to the genus Cichorium, the same genus as chicory. Its scientific name is Cichorium endivia. This immediately places it in a family of plants historically associated with medicinal use, digestion, and appetite stimulation. Endive is a leafy vegetable, but unlike many greens, it was not selected for sweetness. It was selected for control. Control over bitterness, shape, and texture. There are multiple types of endive. Curly endive, also known as friche, has frilly green leaves and a sharp bitter taste. Belgian endive, also called witloof, is pale, compact, and mildly bitter. Both come from the same botanical lineage but represent different cultivation strategies. Endive originated in the Mediterranean region. Wild chicory grew across Europe, North Africa, and Western Asia. These wild plants were extremely bitter and tough. Early humans used them primarily as medicinal herbs rather than food. Bitterness signaled biological activity. As agriculture developed, humans began selectively cultivating chicory relatives. Over time, some forms were chosen for leaf production rather than roots. Endive emerged from this selection process. Unlike lettuce, endive did not become immediately popular. Its bitterness challenged palates accustomed to mild greens. Yet bitterness carried value. Bitter plants stimulate digestion. They trigger saliva production and gastric activity. Before modern medicine, this mattered. Endive became associated with health rather than pleasure. The development of Belgian endive represents one of the most controlled cultivation methods in vegetable history. Belgian endive is grown in two stages. First, the plant grows outdoors and develops a strong root. Then the root is harvested and forced to grow leaves in complete darkness. Darkness changes everything. Without light, chlorophyll cannot form. Leaves remain pale. Bitterness is reduced. Texture becomes crisp and compact. This process is called forcing. Forcing is not accidental. It is deliberate deprivation. Humans learned that denying light reshapes plants. Belgian endive was discovered accidentally in the 19th century in Belgium when chicory roots stored in cellars began producing pale shoots. Farmers recognized the culinary potential and refined the method. This transformed endive from medicinal green to culinary ingredient. Nutritionally, endive is low in calories but rich in fiber. It contains vitamin K, folate, vitamin A, vitamin C, and potassium. It also contains inulin, a prebiotic fiber that supports gut bacteria. Inulin is significant. Inulin feeds beneficial microbes. This links endive to digestive health beyond surface nutrition. Endive's bitterness comes from compounds such as lactocopicrin and intibin. These compounds interact with taste receptors and digestive pathways. Humans are genetically sensitive to bitterness, yet cultural exposure changes perception. This is learned taste. In many European cuisines, bitterness is respected. Endive is eaten raw in salads, paired with fats like cheese or oil. Fat balances bitterness. Cooked endive becomes softer and slightly sweet as bitterness diminishes. Cooking transforms endive differently than lettuce. Raw endive is crisp and sharp. Cooked endive becomes tender and nutty. Culturally, endive occupies a middle space. It is not everyday food like lettuce, but not rare either. It signals intention. Choosing endive means choosing bitterness. In French cuisine, endive is associated with balance. Bitter greens offset rich dishes. In Belgian cuisine, it is baked, braised, and wrapped. Endive also reflects seasonality. Belgian endive historically provided fresh greens during winter months. When fields were dormant, roots stored underground produced food. This made endive strategically valuable. Agriculturally, endive demonstrates advanced plant manipulation. It requires planning, timing, and environmental control. This complexity limited its spread historically. Modern agriculture simplified this, making endive available year-round. From a biological standpoint, endive shows how plants respond to stress. Darkness, confinement, and nutrient limitation reshape growth patterns. Humans learned to exploit this response. This is domestication through pressure. Endive is often compared to lettuce, but they serve different roles. Lettuce refreshes. Endive stimulates. Lettuce cools. Endive awakens. These differences matter in meal structure. Modern nutrition often prioritizes sweetness and neutrality. Bitter foods decline. This changes digestion patterns. Endive represents what was lost. Bitter greens once signaled meal beginnings. They prepared the body for digestion. Removing them altered eating rhythms. Endive's survival into modern diets shows cultural resistance to complete sweetness. It is still used intentionally. Endive is not comforting. It is clarifying. It sharpens the palate and resets taste perception. This is why it persists in culinary traditions that value structure. From an evolutionary lens, humans evolved to detect bitterness to avoid toxins. Learning to eat bitter foods required trust, knowledge, and cultural transmission. Endive embodies that trust. It is bitterness made safe. In modern food systems, endive appears clean, controlled, and elegant. This hides its wild origin. Beneath the pale leaves is a lineage of tough, medicinal, survival plants. Endive teaches that not all food exists to please. Some food exists to prepare. It prepares digestion. It prepares the palate. It prepares the meal. And that purpose has kept it alive across centuries.